Hey, Mind Trappers, welcome back to video. Before we start, I just want to thank you for all the love and support you've been giving this channel. Mind Trap's mission is to make psychology simple, useful, and accessible, and you're a huge part of that. Now, let's get into today's topic. First, we can start from what does it mean to have an inferiority complex. Pop culture often gives us a playful idea of insecurity, like Chandler Bing, whose jokes came from his self-doubt. But sometimes insecurity is more serious. Characters like Edward Norton at the beginning of Fight Club show us what happens when hidden feelings of inadequacy spiral into deeper psychological struggles. So, what actually is an inferiority complex? According to the American Psychological Association, an inferiority complex is a persistent sense of inadequacy or insecurity based on real or imagined flaws. These feelings can lead to avoiding people or withdrawing, socially feeling frozen by fear in certain situations, or even going the opposite way. Overcompensating through competition, aggression, or trying too hard to prove yourself. Surprisingly, this constant sense of not being enough can even push someone into developing a superiority complex. Where did the term come from? Austrian psychologist Alfred Adler coined the terms inferiority and superiority complex in the late 1800s. His big idea was simple. No human exists alone. Society shapes who we are. And false individuality, the belief that we must stand alone, causes a lot of the chaos we see today. So, how does this connect to inferiority? Adler believed everyone feels inferior at some point, whether as a child, teen, or even an adult. These feelings usually come from comparing ourselves to others. For example, someone is stronger, more attractive, smarter, or more talented. And suddenly, you feel less than. Normally, these feelings motivate us to grow. But when the insecurity becomes constant, overwhelming, and impossible to overcome, that's when it becomes an inferiority complex. What causes an inferiority complex? Many factors can contribute to this, including 1. Childhood experiences. Kids and teens are going through huge emotional and physical changes. Bullying, criticism, or being compared to others can deeply shape self-esteem. 2. Overprotective parenting. According to psychiatrist Daniel Block, when parents monitor or control too much, the child may start to believe, I can't do anything on my own. This easily leads to chronic self-doubt. 3. Abusive or negative environments. Growing up in a home where love feels conditional or unsafe can make a person question their worth. 4. Physical appearance concerns. Being overly aware of a physical trait or worrying about looks can create long-lasting insecurity. 5. Financial struggles. One of the most overlooked causes, feeling like the poor one in a group can damage self-worth in relationships because money often gets tied to identity. Why it's important to take this seriously. A long-term inferiority complex can lead to depression, sleep problems, anxiety, or even suicidal thoughts. That's why addressing it early matters. How to cope and heal. Talking about insecurities is hard. Trust me, most of us avoid it. But if your self-doubt affects your daily life, reaching out to a therapist can make a huge difference. Therapy often uses tools like journaling, writing your thoughts, triggers, and patterns helps you see what's really going on. Challenging negative beliefs, replacing I'm not good enough with healthier thoughts about your abilities. Positive affirmations. Not cheesy ones, but realistic affirmations that reshape how you view yourself. These techniques align with what Adler suggested more than a century ago. Healing begins when you change the way you see yourself. Final thoughts. Everyone struggles with insecurity, but it doesn't define you unless you let it. Thanks for watching, Mind Trappers. If this video helped you understand yourself a little better, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more psychology and self-growth content.